Canelo really doesn't give a shit, does he? I mean, he's sitting on top of the boxing world looking down at us peasants thinking, I don't give a fuck. I can do whatever I want and no one can do nothing about it. And he's basically showing us that now. He's showing us his hand, right? So let's kind of rewind a bit. So Canelo was obviously due to fight Golovkin. He failed I repeat, two pre-fight tests that showed he had traces of clenbuterol in his system, which basically, I mean, you don't have to be Einstein to realize that he just missed his cycle. He was good. His doctors were good. They were close, but they fucked up the cycle by about 3 to 4 weeks. So that was a problem. Now, Canelo's obviously come out and said, look, I didn't do that. It was for contaminated meat in Mexico. There is a history of that in Mexico, so I will kind of hold my hand up to that. But come on, we all know he did cheat. So what you really want to do with your Canelo is like, you know, kind of go with the story. You're innocent, right? You're innocent. Drug test me as much as you want. That's what most athletes do. Most athletes that do, look, test me as much as you want. You know, you'll see there's nothing in my system, right? So what does Canelo do? Canelo says, you know what? Fuck that. I run this shit. I'm the gangster here. I'm going to do what I want to do. You ain't drug tested shit. So Canelo has been removed from the WBC rankings. It was removed last week. Everyone was kind of speculating why. Kind of people knew why, but again, it was still speculation because Mauricio Sulaiman didn't kind of come out and confirm it. He has now. He has confirmed it now. He says Canelo has been removed from our rankings because he has refused to sign up for the clean boxing program, as stated in the rules. That's part of their rules, right? Which basically means random drug test throughout the fucking year. Literally, VADA will knock on your door and you have to pee in a cup immediately. That's what it means, right? Every time a boxer doesn't show up for that, eyebrows are raised immediately for me. I'm like, why? So when a guy that is just cheated says, you know what, fuck that, I'm not coming in. I don't want to be randomly drug tested. I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded as to how you can have the nerve to be suspended, to get caught cheating, and then say, you know what, I don't want all year round drug testing. I'm not part of it. Especially when Mauricio Sulaiman has been defending your ass, you'd think that he would say, you know what, yeah, okay, fair dues, sign me up. It's a joke. And what Oscar De La Hoya is coming out, that swine, what he's saying is, oh no, as soon as there is a fight announced, as soon as he has a fight announced, we'll start VADA testing. That's not what we want. That's not how we catch you. The way we catch you is random, all year round drug testing. And Canelo has basically said, I don't want that. I don't want that. Remove me from your rankings. He doesn't give a shit about rankings. He doesn't care about belts right now. Belts mean nothing to him. Rankings are for people that just want to kind of work their way up to a mandatory position. Get belts, get a mandatory position, and then you might get a lottery ticket and fight someone. Canelo is the lottery ticket. He can literally click his fingers and he'll get anyone on a voluntary because he is the A side to practically anyone in world boxing right now. So he doesn't give a shit about rankings and mandatories and all that stuff. So he's like, you know what? Don't need it. Don't need it. But aside from all that, if I'm Canelo and I'm his team, and I still want to kind of prove to the world that, look, it was a mistake and I am innocent and I can prove I'm innocent, all year round drug testing. It's the only way you're going to prove to people that you're clean from here on. Because we don't believe you were clean in the past now. You kind of tainted your back catalogue. But from now going forward, you've got a chance to kind of resurrect it by saying, look, I am getting drug tested. This is who I am. I'm getting drug tested and I'll prove to you I am clean. There's a few of fighters I really love in the UFC that had a history of performance-enhancing drugs. One of them is Chris Cyborg, right? I think, was it after the Carano fight where she got tested positive? And that kind of cloud has been with her ever since. Since then, she has been tested by USADA, I think in the last 2 years, 37 times. 37 times she has passed the test. Random drug test. And now I look at her like, okay, that's a legit clean athlete. And I can kind of forget the mishaps of before. I mean, I could possibly do that with Canelo, but he right now is putting a big FU sign up in front of everyone and saying, I don't really care. If this guy signed up for all year round drug testing, and then, you know what it is? I used to go to the gym, and sometimes I wonder if this is what it's like with these people. This is their mentality. So this might sound a bit strange to you, but I remember when I was about 23, 24, I started taking protein shakes. I started taking them. I probably took protein shakes for about 3 years, and I kind of felt like, nah, I don't need it. I can just eat. But then I started taking pre-workout, right? If you guys are in the gym, you know what a pre-workout is. It's almost like a really strong caffeine drink. It got to the stage where if I ran out of pre-workout and went to the gym, I'd think I'm not the same person. Like, I would rather like sacrifice and run all the way to Holland and Barrett's, which is 25 minutes away from my house, just to get a little sachet of pre-workout, take that and think, yeah, I'm ready to go to the gym. So without the pre-workout, I was like, and this is just gym, this is just fucking lifting weights and doing a bit of jogging. But this was my mentality, like, without that pre-workout, no way, I can't survive. And I sometimes wonder if these athletes that have taken performance-enhancing drugs think without those drugs now, they're not the same. It's impossible. I can't do it. And they would rather like risk cheating again than go into the ring, in their eyes, half the athlete. And sometimes I look at Canelo, you remember he's still a young kid, I look at Canelo and think, he's thinking and I think he has been cheating for a few years now, but if he has been cheating for a few years, he's probably thinking, there is no fucking way I'm going to that ring without these extras that have helped me on. And it's the only reason I can think that he doesn't want to sign up for this clean program thing the WBC are putting on, because he's thinking, I need my stock. I need my clenbuterol. I need these things to compete with the likes of Golovkin and Jacobs and Charlo and whatever else is coming my way in the next sort of 18 months. Without those things, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. And I think he's having a battle in his head as to what to do. I really do believe he's having a battle in his head as to what to do right now. Because if I'm him, and I was, say you were him, right? This is really going off subject, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Say you were Canelo, and you were roided to the grills for Golovkin. And he looked a bit, let's be honest, he looked like he could have been roided to the grills. He looked in fantastic shape, didn't get tired, looked strong, took Golovkin's best punches. So say you were roided to the grills, and in my eyes, Golovkin still beat you. That must fuck with your head. And then there's us human beings are going to say, yeah, you're going to have to fight Golovkin again in September off the drugs. Like, what? So wait, you want me, Canelo, to go into the ring against that monster when you clearly saw what I was not able to do on drugs, but you want me to go in there free of drugs? Are you crazy? Nah, remove me from the rankings now. I'm getting on the cycle. I'm calling my doctor. We are going to roll the dice again for this one, because there is no way, and I repeat, no way in hell I'm getting the ring again with this kid if I'm not on the drugs. There is no way. And I sometimes think that's his mentality. I mean, you can't blame him from a human perspective. And this is not me sticking up for him, but from a human perspective. I mean, if I had a fight on the street with someone and I was roided to the grills, right? And it was life and death, and that person had passed the test, so I know he's like, he's clean. I'm roided, and I can't beat him, and I can't hurt him. And you want me to have the same fight with that same guy, literally off my power? You must be crazy. You must be crazy.